So now let me invite to the stage Paul Sutherland, who is one of the brainchilds behind this whole thing. Paul?
You know, TED is about stories, I think, more than anything. And so I'd like you to all sort of think about what stories you'll tell. And I'm going to tell you a few stories that, of my own that came from, I was in Ethiopia last week and came away with a couple stories I want to talk to you about. And hopefully I will know which button to push on this. I was in Ethiopia. Thankfully, I didn't know anybody really, so it was really easy to meet people that I didn't know. I met this woman. She said, "My goal is to bring to Ethiopia the same thing that's happened in Italy. I want to create a shoe industry." She started with 5 employees. She now has 275 employees. They make shoes and pay 5 times the average wage in Ethiopia. You know, very, very inspiring story. I would not have met her if I had not sat next to somebody that I didn't know. I promised her I would wear her slippers, her flip-flops here. So there they are. You know, where do you sit? I'd like everybody here to stand up. And if you know a person that's next to you, turn to them and say, "I care about you, but I'm not going to sit with you anymore. I'm going to sit with people that I don't know." Because that's part of TED. We need to break out of that. My Republican friends say, "I don't know how Obama got elected. I don't know one person that voted for him." My Democrat friends say, "I don't know how Obama didn't get 100% of the votes. I don't know one person that didn't vote for him." We need to talk to other people. And when I was in Addis, you can all sit down now, sorry. And you don't have to switch. When I was in Addis, where do you sit? So I'm sitting there and with my flip-flops on, and this man sits down next to me and he starts chatting. He said, I say, "Oh, you're from Namibia." He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Well, tell me about it. You know, so many people tell me I should move to Namibia. It sounds great." He said, "Oh no, you don't want to live there. It's desert. You know, there's animals. It's hot, windy." And so we're sitting there just chatting and having a great chat. And pretty soon, these 2 men in suits come up and say, "Prime Minister, you're supposed to sit over here in the reserve seats." So he gets up, walks over there, and we go through the talk. And then he comes back and sits down next to me, leans over and says, "My country's very nice. I think you should come." The conversation started with my flip-flops. I think he saw those. He said, "Well, you know, he's the only guy. Everybody else is in suits, and he's the only guy." And he sat down. That was the starting of the conversation. But he wanted to talk to somebody different than all the people that were, the heads of states and the other people that were there. And that's a story that my grandchildren will probably tell about, great-grandpa going to a conference in Ethiopia. By then, I probably will have been invited to the royal palace after it. You know, how many of you know this guy? You know, you often don't even know who you're sitting next to, and I'm not going to tell you who this guy is, but we need to take everybody and say, this person perhaps, well, I guess I will tell you, is the Secretary General of the United Nations. You just never know who you're going to meet, and they'll be sitting next to you, and they're not good. People thought he was Morgan Freeman. So how do we TED? We listen, and we need to trust the speakers and say, why are they telling us this? Why do they think that this is important? We need to listen with an open mind. We can't be encumbered by our beliefs and expectations. We need to listen in the now so that we're thinking about, we know that the past exists and the future exists, but let's listen to why is he saying that or she saying that right now. And we don't want to put everything in, oh, this is good, this is bad, this is boring, this is no good. I don't know why they said that. I already know that. Just listen, openly, and with an open mind, and with a state of gratitude. I am so incredibly grateful for all these speakers that have come. They're not paid. TED does not allow us to pay them. I think they do get some cherries or something. But please, with your smiles and with your nods when they're making good stories. Please, whenever they're looking out at you, I want them to see a sea of smiles. And thank you very, very much for coming. I am incredibly grateful for all you. I'm hoping that this will help vitalize Traverse City. It will make it so that we have sparks come, but the sparks come when you're talking to people that you don't know. So think about the stories you're going to be able to tell your children after this. Thank you very much.